Tut farlig, gitt en time. Vet en tut kan habibi. Tut farlig, gitt en time. Vet en tut kan habibi.
Greetings from Jacksonville, Arkansas. Today is Monday, March the 3rd, 2025. It is approximately 5:39 p.m. here in Jacksonville, Arkansas. You guys, I am going to have here a 24 count of Nestle Toll House chocolate chip cookie dough. This is refrigerated. It's kept cool in the fridge. I have had this before, but to be honest, the best chocolate chip cookies is the ones that where you purchase the semi-chocolate chips and you know, where you mix in the brown sugar, the white sugar, and your butter, like unsalted butter and or margarine, and your all-purpose flour and baking powder and baking soda, you know, where you make it from scratch, right? So, and then also when I was in Little Rock, Arkansas, I would go to Community Bakery, not only for their donuts, but also for their delicious chocolate chip cookies. But, you know, after COVID-19 hit, you know, they stopped, like everything changed. They were even closed for a while. So when they reopened, I went in there, got some chocolate chip cookies, and I realized that it wasn't the same quality, and that those chocolate chip cookies may have, someone had told me that they had that they were bringing their some supplies from a location in North Little Rock or some other location in Little Rock in general. And y'all, it was sad to say that they no longer had the delicious quality ingredients for their chocolate chip cookies, or even their chocolate chip pecan cookies and stuff. I mean, it was really delicious, really rich. You know, I really miss that about Community Bakery, located on Main Street in Little Rock, Arkansas. So in the meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to open up this Nestle Toll House chocolate chip cookies. Now this it says mix 24. They're already made out, you know. You can find them next to the biscuit dough and butter and all that good stuff. Let's see if I can get some product information. And then I'm going to go ahead and bake it up, okay? So right here is showing that baking instructions: preheat oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Break along pre-scored lines. Place 12 cookies 2 inches apart on an ungreased baking sheet, and then bake 11 to 12 minutes until golden brown. And let's see, Nestle. Let's see if we can get any product information. Where's Nestle located? There. Right, it's going to be right about here. Let's see if I can lift this tab up here to see if we can get more information. So it's distributed by Nestle USA. They're located in Arlington, Virginia. I know where that's at. That's in the Fairfax, Virginia, Manassas, Virginia region. So that's where their Nestle is located. So without further ado, how many people does it serve? 24 servings per container, 1 cookie. So like most people, I don't eat just one cookie. I can't speak for everyone else unless it's a really big cookie. And I used to also, back in the day, I used to go inside of the mall and get the delicious chocolate chip cookies from the cookie factory. I would get the chocolate chip cookies and the macadamians and whatever else I had a taste for. Now, as far as oatmeal raisin cookies, I make that at home myself. So this says purchased by May 17th, 2025. So let's get started. So for those who like to eat homemade cookies, whether it's peanut butter cookies or oatmeal cookies, if you got oats, like this one is quick oats, and then I believe you can also use the old-fashioned oats. You can make your own homemade oatmeal cookies, whether they be oatmeal raisins or oatmeal cookies or even iced oatmeal. So it's just a suggestion. I usually just use this oatmeal to make your traditional oatmeal with, a little margarine in there, a little evaporated pet milk, or also it goes by the name of carnation milk to create that authentic taste, old-fashioned oatmeal taste, and then put in a little bit of granulated sugar or brown sugar. And sometimes it's optional to sprinkle it with a little bit of cinnamon. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get her open up. Right here it says, where is it? I just saw it. And flip it over. On the back side right here, it says open here for warm, gooey cookies in 12 minutes. All right, let's get started, you guys. I'm just going to cut along here. I have opened it. Let's just set this to the side here. And now it says to use an ungreased cookie sheet. I just hope that it doesn't stick. That's the thing. But they use a lot of oil to create chocolate chip cookies. So this time I'm not going to grease it, but a lot of times I prefer to add grease to the pan. So this is what you get when you slide it out of the packaging here. So here's the cookie dough, and as you can see, it's got like little cuts for each square. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 times 4 is 24. So let's get this broken up, and it has this white paper here on the back side here. Let's pull that apart. Take that off of there and set it to the side here. And let's begin breaking this up. Just y'all look here. It's not going to break evenly. Okay, so about 2 inches apart. Look at how that broke right there. That's definitely not even, but I'll see what I can do with the rest of it. It's all still going to get broke up and baked, right? So let's make chocolate chip cookies. Again, if you can buy your semi-sweet Nestle Toll House chocolate chip cookies or semi-sweet Gary Deli, Walmart may even have a great value semi-sweet chocolate chips. I haven't tried their brand yet. So, you all, some of these cookies are going to be bigger than others, because they're all are not just going to break all evenly. So I'm not going to actually get 24 cookies. Alright, so just bear with me while I continue to break this up. Know what I can do? Let me count these cookies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 'I may not even do it's not going to make 24 because of the way that some of them didn't break evenly, but they're supposed to be how many? 2 inches apart. So let's see what I got here. I can bake what I have. Let me see, let me count them. Just 1 second. Okay, you guys, what I have here is roughly 12 cookies. Some of them may be bigger than what they are supposed to be, as some of the cookie dough did not break evenly. But as you can see, I have 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12 cookies. Okay, and then in here I have, in this package right here, I have maybe about enough to make about 4 more cookies, 4 to 5. Hold on, I'm trying to do. Okay, you guys, without further hesitation, what I was trying to tell you guys is that I have a little bit of cookie dough in here. I'm going to put that back in the fridge. But for the most part, let's see what 12 cookies would get us. And I'm going to let this bake at about 325, 350, and I'll be back with the results. My oven is already hot here. All right, let's give her about 12 minutes. Y'all, let's take a look at these cookies. They've been in the oven for about 5 minutes, and they're already beginning to get brown. So I'm going to turn my oven down just a little bit to assure, and I'm going to turn this around to assure that they're baking evenly and properly. I don't want them to cook too fast. Yeah, I want them to cook, but I don't want them to cook too fast. You see how brown this is getting? So my oven was at about 350, 325. And so I just flipped this around, and I'm going to actually turn it down to 300 for the rest of the duration of the cookies. In the meantime, you guys, I have here some flat beef ribs that I've been cooking for like 1 hour and 30 minutes. And they're about ready. Let's see, they're getting tender. That's a big piece there. Yeah, look at that. It's getting tender. And so, you guys, so while that's cooking, I want you guys, and I'm going to tell you what I season it with. I put onions and minced garlic in there, and Creole seasoning, and garlic, minced garlic and onions, Creole seasoning, and let's put the lid back on her. And so you guys also use some of the beef bouillon, the newer, in the water for the beef flat rib. I also put in some cumin. I don't use cumin a lot, but I did put in a little bit of cumin, and I put in some cloves, whole cloves as well, and also some red pepper flakes. And I did put in basil. Basil doesn't really change the flavor, but I used the basil for spirituality. You know, basil have ward against jinx and things of that nature. And I also used Let's see, I may have put in just a little bit of Lawry seasoning salt, but it was mainly the Creole seasoning and the beef bouillon, and then I added some black pepper as well. I also used some garlic powder with, in terms of seasonings as well. Y'all, I'm going to turn the oven off. That looks ready to me. So I'm going to take them out so they don't burn. Okay, you guys, I have took out the chocolate chip cookies. And voila, I'm going to let them sit before I attempt to remove them so they don't break apart. In the meantime, as I showed you guys, that I have flat beef ribs here. They're pretty tender, and I want to make sure that all of this is submerged in the liquid. Okay, so you can see this big bone here, so I want to flip this over to assure the tenderness of it. Y'all take a look at this. Isn't it pretty? And it's going to be so delicious. So while this is basically, it's done at this point. Actually, I can turn this off. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the beef flat ribs. I have pulled out a saucepan, and let me go ahead and get this going. So I want you guys to watch as I go ahead, and here I have Highland unsalted butter. This was a replacement item. I actually had either the Walmart Great Value or the Land O'Lakes unsalted butter. So right here, this is what I have left of the unsalted Land O'Lakes butter. And so I'm just going to drop that piece in here, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to need to open up the Highland butter and put in some of the just a pat of that. I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. Okay, you guys, I have here, I was looking for the beef rice-a-roni. I don't have that, but I do have the Mexican style rice-a-roni. So let's go ahead and take that down out the cabinet and get her open. Okay, I have opened the unsalted butter from Highland, and this one is melted pretty well. So before I put in another pat of butter in here, let's go ahead and open up the Mexican style rice-a-roni, and let's go ahead and put her in here. I have removed the little packaging that comes out of the Mexican style, out of the rice-a-roni. This is the seasoning mix. And so what we're going to do is, let's get that all the way open. What I'm going to do here is go ahead and pour this into the melted butter. Just like that. And okay, so I just opened up the unsalted butter, and this is Highland brand, and I have put a pat of that inside of this rice. What I'm going to do is saute the rice for about 3 minutes until some of it began to turn a little brown. Now if you notice that the rice-a-roni naturally have a rice that is 2 different colors. One of it appeared already to be slightly brown, but you want to make sure that you toast a rice-a-roni in the pure unsalted butter for about 3 minutes until it began to turn slightly brown. I'm going to go ahead and get started here before adding the water to it and the seasoning mix. It's very important that you do this with rice-a-roni. This is not exactly a pilaf rice, but it's similar to it, and so you want to saute it to modify the rice from its natural form to assure that it will cook well. And at the same time, the butter, let's get that turned up a little bit higher. So at the same time, the butter will help assure that each rice has maximum flavor. So you don't add the seasoning mix until you saute the butter first with the rice. And then you add your water and your seasoning packet mix. All right, you guys, this is already looking toasty. As you can see, some of the rice has turned brown. So at this point, you want to go ahead and add in your seasoning mix and your water. This calls for 2 1/4 cups of water and 2 tablespoons of butter. This is 1 cup. Two cups of water, and then 1/4 of a cup will be the smallest cup that you have. This is 1/4 of a cup. Very tiny cup in comparison to the others. All right, so it's always going to be the smallest one, even if it's a bit faded to read. So now let's put in the brown packet seasoning mix here. Let's open this up and put it in there for flavor. Okay, you guys, I've opened up the Mexican style rice-a-roni seasoning mix here. And so you want to make sure that you add this. This is for flavor. Look at this. This is what's going to give it that authentic Mexican rice flavor. Of course, you can make homemade Mexican rice, which is always a winner, delicious. But this rice-a-roni one is the winner in my book. I love it. There's another one that I tried that actually it's Mexican rice that has cheese in it. It's a different brand. I believe it's the El Paso, and you get a bigger box. I tried that one too. It was actually a replacement item, and that one was pretty good. So you want to give this a stir. And bring it to a boil, and then lower the heat and put a lid on her. In this case, I'm going to nigger rig it and just cover it up with this pan right here and let it cook for about 18 minutes, 18 to 20 minutes. Usually it's ready in about 20 minutes, give or take. It says, after you have, added your butter and 2 1 1/4 cups of water. On the stovetop directions, it states that you should cover and reduce the heat to low and simmer for 15 to 20 minutes or until rice is tender, and let stand for 3 minutes before serving. It has a microwave direction on the side, but I'm doing this on top of the stove. Okay, y'all, while the rice is finishing up, our cookies have been sitting for enough where I can begin to lift it up and break it. Y'all, it turned out pretty good. What do you think? Look at this. Perfect. Absolutely perfect, you guys. So what I recommend with these cookies, it's so nice and warm, and it's going to be gooey and delicious, that of course you're not going to eat all of these at one time, that you can actually put them in a plastic Ziploc bag, I'm just going to gently finish breaking them up off the camera, but I just want to show you guys the outcome of the delicious chocolate chip Toll House Nestle cookies. What do you think? How about I give it a bite right now? Absolutely delicious, you guys. I mean, chocolate chip, hot cookie dough, heaven. It's absolutely delicious. Hey y'all, I don't own any copyrights to the music that's playing on B98.5 FM radio out of Little Rock, Arkansas. I hope it's down so low that that you can't hear it, that I don't get copyrighted. So you guys, let's take a look at the Mexican rice. Let's see where we're at here on the Mexican rice. So it's cooking up nicely. Some people cook their rice and don't stir it, but this is my rice. I'm going to stir it. You can see the red peppers in there, the green peppers. It comes with, it's already, the seasoning packet has the exact amount of seasoning that you need. So I'm just going to stir it up to assure that all the grains are tender and not hard. So you want to let this cook until all of the liquid is out of it, till the rice is nice and fluffy. So I'm going to put the lid back on her. Yeah, the rice is cooking on up nicely. Y'all take a look at this. Y'all, you're talking about good. This is going to be good. Look, y'all, it came right on off the bone. Take a look at that. Absolutely delicious. And then here's another one. And it's seasoned to perfection very well. Oh, and I also put in some apple cider vinegar, just a little bit in there, to cut back on the fat from the meat and to help remove any additional parasites. But you can see some of the fat there on the meat. All pieces don't have a lot of that, but you can see it. So the purpose of putting in the apple cider vinegar is to help cut back on the excessive fat and to kill the parasites. It also adds flavor as well. I just put a little bit in there, and look, that's one of the cloves, which has a flavor very similar to cinnamon and nutmeg, and you know, like your allspice. That's the cloves floating in there, and you can see the red peppers and onions and garlic. Okay, our rice have been cooking for at least 10 minutes or so. So let's take a look at her again. Everything is looking nice. You see this? So y'all, this is going to complete my video. I'm going to let this cook for about 5 to 6 more minutes until there's until there's no more moisture in the rice, until it gets a bit more drier. Very similar to like the yellow saffron rice. This is what this reminds me of. Without the peppers in it. But yeah, it reminds me of the yellow saffron rice, yellow rice, which is good as well. So you guys, everything is ready. I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Who wants a plate of beef flat ribs and Mexican rice and some delicious chocolate chip cookies. Y'all, I've been eating on them. They're so delicious. With that note, you guys, I'm out. Y'all, this is going to be the final clip. I didn't think it would be fair if I didn't show you all the end results. So this is the finished results, y'all. By the way, today is March the 3rd, 2025. It is Monday, and the time is approximately 7:55 p.m. We're 5 minutes to 8 o'clock. I just literally thought it wouldn't be fair if I didn't show you guys this plate and the results of the food. So I have my Mexican rice and, of course, my delicious flat ribs beef. And so yeah, I'm getting ready to eat. And then I have this Kool-Aid that is primarily, which flavor is this? I had a little bit of grape left in there, and I believe it's going to be fruit punch, primarily fruit punch mixed with lemon. So it should taste like a fruit punch lemonade with a hint of grape. But for the most part, you guys, let me bless the food, and then I'm going to show you the tenderness of it. Lord, bless this food to where it's nourishing to my body. In Jesus' mighty name, I pray. Amen. And Lord, replenish my pockets. Amen. So I want to show you guys, look. Look at the tenderness of this. You see the heat coming from it? Absolutely grand. And then look at this rice. Remember, I toasted with butter before I added the Mexican seasoning. So yes, I'm using foam plates and Kool-Aid. It's just me here at the moment. And so yeah, this is what I'm having. So I thank you guys for watching. And with that note, this is the results of my beef flat ribs and Mexican rice. And I thank you guys for watching. And I will see you guys in the next. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Absolutely grand and delicious.